Hi guys, Carli here, and I'm wondering, lights on? Wrong light. Wrong light. Lights on or lights off? Feel as if it's not necessary right now, but then we get very dark, so let's just put lights on, right? Wrong light. This light? Alright. Yeah. So yes, we clearly have to put lights on. Anyhow, that's not the point of this video. Point of the video is I posted in the beauty chat room and basically asked folks, you know, in terms of what, let me just fix my ears a little crooked. Yeah, what they wanted to see in terms of videos from my channel. I know, like, I have like a backlog of videos, but I have an idea of what it is I want to tackle and address, so I more or less shoot out a question and got some very positive feedback nonetheless. So can't say that I will be doing it in the order, the videos in the order that I listed them in. I'm gonna do the ones that are easiest and then graduate, you know, and maybe I could film probably 3 or 4 videos in one shot, you know. So I'm going to sit down here and plow through. I already told my kids, yeah, y'all need to like take a chill pill. So they are upstairs watching movies whilst I do this thing for the tube, right? So first on the agenda is the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and I bought this like a long time ago, and I have yet to like demo and review them. I have used them already, and I did speak about them briefly in a vlog video, but I'm gonna like really talk about them now. So I got 2 shades because when you're buying foundation online, it's a real gamble, you know, and you may have an idea of what your shade is, and then when you get it, you do a ooh. So I ended up buying 2 because they only cost like $5 or $5.99, which is very cheap. Very cheap. I think it's even cheaper than like L'Oreal and Revlon, if I'm not mistaken, the American equivalent. So I got the shade Cocoa. Right, if it focuses, Cocoa, and I got Toffee. Alright, so let me just swatch them for you. It does come with like a spatula applicator, which I'm not a fan of, because if you're a makeup artist, which I'm not, but if you are, this gonna be like a sanitation issue for you. So you may have to use like a disposable spatula every time you dip, you know. So this here is Toffee. That's Toffee on the hand there. And let me get Cocoa. I did see like people my shade on reference. I'm a NC45 in MAC. I see people my shade getting even lighter, which is caramel, and it just looking ghostly on them. It look too cute, so not to throw shade, but just saying. And that is Cocoa there. I'm thinking, because I have been rocking a serious tan these days, I think I'll hit up the Cocoa. Cocoa looks like my jam after this. So we're gonna check in terms of complexion, correctness, and coverage, right? And I love using a damp Real Technique sponge or a beauty blender. Okay, so it's definitely not giving me the coverage that I desire, you know. I know people who have discolorations and stuff like that would probably want more coverage. So let's see if it is buildable. So this is the second application. Put a little bit, but the match seems to be good. This is, again, this is cocoa. All right. So let's see. Alright, let me just zoom in so you guys could appreciate the coverage. Now, I do have some like freckles and stuff. You're not seeing them as much now that I've done like a second layer. So just be mindful that the coverage with just one application is not that great. It's not full coverage like I would say a Revlon. You do see some of my beauty marks on my face, you know. I'm still seeing like a little bit of my freckles peeking through, and it does, in terms of the finish, yeah, light to medium buildable coverage. In terms of the color match, this is a fairly okay-ish color match. I mean, it looks good on camera, but I'm looking at it in person and it's coming off a smidgen too pink, you know, for me. I could be wrong, but you know, thinking to put a little bit of Tuffy the foundation. I think cocoa is a good match for someone with my complexion. NC45 and MAC, so this is really good. And I use a little bit of the Tuffy, you know, again, to just like balance out some of the pinkiness that I see, you know, in my face, you know, because the cocoa is a little pinkier than the Tuffy. The Tuffy is a little more yellow, but this is not bad, don't you find? Like the match is good. Yeah, so like the first time I wore it for a good 4 hours. It was 4 going on 5 hours, and it still looked like this. And I used the same primer combination that I used in terms of the Milk makeup, the Bliss Stick and the Becca, right? So that's a good combination, you know, for someone who has oily skin and the oily skin with pores, because you know, if you have oily skin, chances are you have pores, visible pores, you know. That's just a part of it. But overall, this is a very good foundation. It certainly is a very good budget friendly foundation. What I like about this as well is that I like the shade range. It had a lot of like shades for women of color, even though this is a drugstore and this is like $5-6, you know. I mean, you're getting you're more than likely to get a shade that will match you. I think they are coming out with more shades. I hope so, because I know like girls with very deep skin, that is like a struggle for them, because I have some girlfriends with very deep skin and they could never find a foundation that matches them well, you know. It gets too red and, you know, the undertones are just off, right? But in terms of like, I guess more the mid-range, you know, the color range is quite good. price is quite good, the performance is quite good for, you know, the price point considering, you know. My only difficulty with this brand, seeing that, you know, I am not living in the States, and anybody who is not living in the States or like Canada, you know, or places where they typically would sell and retail Wet n Wild, it's very difficult for us people in the Caribbean. I could speak to Trinidad and Tobago, for instance. We don't necessarily get Wet n Wild brands in drugstore or, you know, our local beauty supply store for some strange reason. I don't know why, because this is such a very good brand. Usually we have to go through like Facebook sellers in order to get it. I bought these off of Amazon because I understand like the Wet n Wild website, you had to pay for shipping, and I have Amazon Prime, and I'm like, I'm not paying for shipping, sorry. So I bought it through Amazon Prime. So you could probably, if you do have Amazon Prime, you could probably look at that as an option, you know. And it's a very good foundation. I'd recommend it for anybody who's on a budget and you can get your hands on this. You know, you really can't go wrong. This is a really decent looking foundation, and it does film and photograph very well. So I mean, like, this is probably good like if you have an event or like a girls' night or something, and you know you have a lot of pictures to take. There's a foundation you could probably look into, you know. So yeah, so in terms of a grade for this foundation, I give it a solid A. You know, only setbacks to this is the accessibility to this particular brand, and then probably physically just the spatula. I'm not a fan of a spatula. I prefer a pump or a squeezy tube for sanitary reasons, you know. But other than that, the shade range for drugstore is commendable. I understand, like I said, they are coming out with more shades. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they get more for deeper skin tones. Like I'm talking about an NW55, those nice deep ebony colors, you know. But yeah, so basically that is it for this review. I'm going to do a video review next on the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, hence the reason why I did not do my eyes as yet. I just did face. So you'll see me in the same look, rocking the same headband, doing this video. So, you know, just stay tuned for that. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment in the comment section below and tell me if you've tried it, your thoughts on it, and if you know of any local sellers in Trinidad and Tobago who do retail this, to let like the other viewers and subscribers who live in Trinidad and Tobago know where they can get it. And until the next time, bye.